Imagine this. You're floating 400 kilometers above Earth, inside the International Space Station. Outside, pitch black space. Temperature swings from plus 120 degrees Celsius to minus 150 degrees Celsius. And now, it's time to come home. But here's the terrifying truth. Coming back to Earth is far more dangerous than going to space, because to return, you must survive. A fiery re-entry hotter than lava, speeds of 28,000 km/h, plasma that blocks communication, parachutes deploying at the perfect second, and finally, a violent splash into the ocean. So how does NASA bring astronauts back safely? Today, we're going inside the science, the engineering, the danger, and the real missions that proved it works. Astronauts aboard the NASA usually return from the International Space Station, but they don't just jump back to Earth. First, they board their spacecraft. Today, NASA astronauts mainly use SpaceX Crew Dragon, previously Soyuz. The spacecraft undocks slowly, gently pushing away from the ISS. No sudden movements. At this moment, they are completely alone in orbit. But here's the crazy part. They are still moving at 28,000 km/h, even though it feels like floating peacefully. To come back to Earth, the spacecraft must slow down. Why? Because orbit is just falling sideways very, very fast, so engines fire in the opposite direction. This is called a deorbit burn. It lasts only a few minutes, but once that burn is done, there is no turning back. The spacecraft is now falling toward Earth. If something fails here, they cannot return to space. This is the most dangerous part. As the capsule hits Earth's atmosphere, speed 28,000 km/h, temperature outside up to 1,600 degrees Celsius. That's hotter than molten lava. The air compresses violently in front of the spacecraft, creating plasma, glowing fire around the capsule. From the inside, astronauts see a bright orange glow through the windows. Communication blackout begins. For several minutes, mission control cannot talk to them. For those few minutes, they are completely on their own. The secret weapon, heat shield. The bottom of the capsule is covered with a special ablative heat shield. As it burns, it actually protects the spacecraft. It absorbs heat and slowly erodes away. Think of it like controlled burning to survive. Without it, the spacecraft would melt. As the spacecraft slows down, astronauts feel 4 to 5 times their body weight. Imagine someone pressing you into your seat with 5x your weight. Breathing becomes harder. Vision can blur. But astronauts train for this. They practice in centrifuges before ever flying. And then comes the most nerve-wracking part. At about 18,000 feet, small drogue parachutes deploy. They stabilize the capsule. Then, 4 massive main parachutes open. If they open too early, they tear apart. Too late. The landing becomes violent. Everything must happen perfectly. NASA tests parachutes hundreds of times before using them. Unlike the old space shuttle, modern capsules land in water, usually in the Atlantic Ocean or Gulf of Mexico. The capsule hits the ocean at around 25 km. Recovery ships are already waiting. Divers secure the spacecraft. Astronauts are lifted out carefully. Why carefully? Because after weeks in microgravity, standing feels strange. Some feel dizzy. Muscles are weaker, but they are home. In 2020, during Crew Dragon's first astronaut mission, NASA proved America could launch and land astronauts again from U.S. soil. Since then, multiple safe returns have happened. Each mission adds improvements. Safety is layered. Backup parachutes, multiple computers, redundant systems, emergency escape options. NASA assumes things can fail and prepares backups. Soon, astronauts will return from much farther away. The Artemis program aims to bring humans back from the moon. Returning from the moon means even higher speeds, more intense re-entry, greater heat. And Mars? even more complex. But the principles remain the same. Slow down, survive re-entry, land safely. Do subscribe to our channel for more such interesting content.